Hello guys, so this is the final video on quadratics. So this time we're going to be sketching quadratics. So for you to sketch a quadratic, this is the format that you usually are going to be given in the test. So you're simply going to have to draw this graph. So this is a previous equation that I'd used. So because I want for you guys to observe something, which I'll point it out at the end of the video. So when we have to sketch a quadratic, the first thing that you're going to have to do is we'll just have to do a table of values. So a table of values is usually something like this. I've shown it to you guys back then when we were talking about solving simultaneous equations. So we'll just create random values here to create the table of values. Okay, I told you what you have to do is that you simply just have to substitute these numbers into your equation to get the corresponding values of y. So I had already done this, so I'm just gonna write out the answers. So into this equation, if you substitute -5, you're going to get 18. If you substitute -4, you're going to get 10. If you substitute -3, you're going to get 4. Just like that, and the process will continue on and on. The process will continue. Right. So you also need to have what we call a turning point. A turning point in a quadratic. The basic format of a quadratic, or shape, let me say the basic shape of a quadratic, is something like this. So this will usually be your turning point. So what you need is to find your turning point. How you're going to find the turning point? We're going to use an equation, this equation here. Let me write it on this side. This equation, x is equals to -b over 2a, and you should be familiar with these things because I showed you the standard form of a quadratic equation, which I pointed out to be in this format. So what you need is to substitute. So you know your b is 1, and then your a is 1 also. So here the basic format is -half, and then this is the value of x. So for you to get the value of y, you have to substitute half into this equation here, into your original equation. So I've already done that for you. So if you just substitute, you're going to find out that y is equals to 2.25, somewhere here, right? So yeah, all of this information will now come together for us to form this equation. So we just plot the points from looking at our table of values. So we just sketching them. We had -4 being somewhere. This is where our 10 was. So -4 was somewhere around here. You'll forgive me for the messy working, right? And then -3 was somewhere here, is somewhere here, and -2 is it's here at the 0 mark. -1 it's here, and then 0 it's -2 here, and then 1 here. You see I was plotting here, and then here 1, this is 1, this is a positive 1, so this is where our point is gonna be. And then for 2 we had our point somewhere at 4 here. So the turning point, it's negative, right? So negative somewhere roughly here, at around here, -half. So -half, which is 0.5, is somewhere at around here at comma, and then the corresponding value of x was 2.25, so it's somewhere here. So you just have to connect these dots. So something like this, you just connect your dots. Yeah, your graph will just continue to go onwards like this. So you just label your graph y is equals to x squared plus x minus 2. So if you have been following me throughout this series, you'll find out that when we solved this graph using factorization, we found these two values here, and then these two values. So you'll see when you factorize a quadratic, your answers are the roots of the equation. the roots of the equation or the graph are where the graph crosses the x-axis, this straight line here. So this is what I want for you guys. So this is what I want. This is why I used the same graph, so that you guys can pick this information. And then yeah, this is your turning point. This is basically how you sketch a graph. Thank you.